Where are we now, guys?
Salzburg.
This is a story about a girl and a guy and a German city called Munich. They share their adventures with another guy and a girl. Welcome to Day 6 of Caps and Grades Munich Trip.
Although this series is called our Munich trip, this episode is all about Salzburg, an amazing Austrian city on the border with Germany. Viewer discretion is advised.
We began this day in the welcoming and well-designed home of our friends the Truppas. They fed us a delicious Austrian breakfast, and Gretel drove us to the Luftenberg train station while Meinhard bid us farewell. We had the pleasure of Michaela's company on the train all the way to Linz. One of the best parts of this week-long trip was all the conversation we had with Michaela the day before and that morning. Once we arrived in Linz, she bid us farewell, and we set about getting to Salzburg, our destination for the day. Figuring out the train schedule was a bit tricky for us American bumpkins, but we done all right, we reckon.
We arrived in Salzburg an hour or more before our friends Jared and Melissa arrived by train from Munich. We had just enough time to eat some gelato and store our luggage.
And then our tour of the city began. We're going to warn you right now, Salzburgers love them some statues and gardens. And here at the 400-year-old Mirabell Palace and Gardens, you could find plenty of both. Plaques and monuments of famous Austrians? Got 'em. Want a stone griffin? Why not two? Unicorn statue? Check. Stone lions included. Need a century-old Pegasus fountain that was also featured in the movie The Sound of Music? Look no farther. And for all of you who want to see the oldest dwarf garden in Europe, check these out. With 4 times as many Zwerge than Snow White had to deal with, these guys were cut from white marble and are unique. Oh, and there are also flowers. This really was a wonderful, beautiful sight to visit, but we had more of the city to see.
Salzburg is known for many things. It's the stuff of fairy tales. It's the birthplace of Mozart. The architecture is spectacular in that we're going to keep the same old style for the next 250 years until it comes back into fashion, sort of way. The phrase, if it's Baroque, don't fix it, definitely applies to Salzburg. We also wondered if the people of Salzburg were really worried that someone would steal their bridge.
We saw the world's oldest restaurant, unless you count the one that's been in continuous operation in Spain since 1725. And then St. Peter's Cathedral nearby. What grandeur! The organs were so sonorous that you probably can't even hear these words right now. So, yeah, that was loud, but beautiful.
St. Peter's Church and the Catacombs are the heart of Salzburg, having been built or carved in the 7th century. We got to climb the stairs of the catacombs under the mountain. Among those buried here is the talented harpsichord player Nannerl Mozart, Wolfgang Amadeus' older sister. But the catacomben were not the only places where people were buried. All surrounding the St. Peter's Church were graves and shrines.
Turn a corner from St. Peter's Church, and there's a huge water wheel.
And through this entrance, there was a bakery, and with as fresh a loaf of bread as you could sink your teeth into. We bought 2, while Jared and Melissa watched how the broth was baked. And then there was more sightseeing in Salzburg. Question: if you were a stone saint, would you rather be holding for centuries an ecclesiastic scepter, or a sword, or a key? There were so many cool artistic works in town plazas and the insides of churches, not to mention phenomenal musicians that there was just too much to adequately describe in a 15-minute recap. So sit back and enjoy some Salzburg sights to some local Mozart music.
Finally, we broke for lunch.
We got a pizza pretzel. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. We got a nut pretzel. And we got a chocolate nut pretzel.
Showing the size. That's my finger.
There's my hand.
And over on the other side of the steps, we got Melissa and Jared enjoying their 3 pretzels and an orangino.
We'll see.
Okay. So I'm about to eat this.
Mozart Kugel,
Yeah.
which is like a chocolate nougat ball.
Yummy.
Yeah.
From the restaurant, the diner we just went to. First. So this is what it looks like. Rounded, but not perfectly round. So you know that that's done by hand. Very good taste. Very creamy, sugary. I'm gonna have to take another bite to make sure.
Calling to us like a distant, altitudinous siren was Schloss Hohensalzburg, the famed fortress of this city.
I'm not gonna lie, it was a long walk uphill, but the climb was worth it.
Not only did we get to see parts of a castle with cool names, like the Catapult Gate and the Blacksmith's Tower, we also got to see how the various archbishops changed the Salzburg skyline by adding to the formidable fortress over the years. And we got to hear on our audio device about what looked like a torture chamber. Check out this view. We could see the whole city of Salzburg from the parapets. There's St. Peter's Church and the Dom du Salzburg Cathedral, and the locked-up bridge we crossed earlier that day, and the Capitol Platz with its golden sphere and chess players, and a really loud helicopter. Being atop the castle was one of the high points of our trip.
But the fun didn't stop there. The castle has a fantastic museum equipped with historic marionettes. See? And exhibits presenting how Austria helped to shape European history. Just ask the longest reigning emperor of Austria-Hungary, Franz Joseph. Have you ever seen a bigger stash of Austrian heraldry or weapons? We hadn't. Anything from medieval statues to World War I artillery. Jared and Melissa got to sit on a cannon, and Cap was reminded that people were shorter centuries ago. And does this artistic exhibit not remind you of the final fight scene from Bedknobs and Broomsticks? The Schloss Hohensalzburg Museum was also where we bought our affordable Teutonic helmet. We all had fun trying it on at the end of the day.
We interrupt our chronicling of Day 6 to bring you this next segment of Learnin' German. Here are some common words and phrases used on Day 6.
Dwarves, Zwerge.
Catacombs, Catacomben.
Bread, Brot.
Bakery, Bäckerei.
Helmet, Helm.
Birthplace, Geburtsort.
And now, back to this dog-friendly city full of wondrous artwork and tourist attractions. Surprisingly, it took us a while to find the birthplace of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. We decided the birthplace of Mozart was not worth the cost, so we opted to check out all the Mozart merchandising next door. By then, we were plenty hungry, so we ventured toward another Augustiner beer hall, passing by several blocks of buildings built into the steep rock face. There's an interesting convergence of beer and religion in Salzburg, as there is in Bavaria, as is seen in this church converted to a fancy cafeteria.
We all ate hearty meals of beer and meatballs and sauerkraut, fried fish and potatoes, and fish kebab, which is not its real name, but just what I'm going to call it. Sorry. Then we walked all the way back to the Salzburg Hauptbahnhof for dessert. Most of us opted for gelato, that delicious ice cream alternative. But not Cap. He went to the grocery store and brought this back.
Ice cream because he thought that a cone was too small. And he wanted more bang for his buck. And we don't have a spoon, so he's using the lid to eat it.
By the way, that was way too much ice cream. It was another 42 days until Cap even touched ice cream again. Here are Cap's fashion tips.
As a tourist, I would like to say I like to go all out in my touristry. For example, I like to wear my I'm an American shirt, can you tell? When I wear my backpack, my t-shirt, my glasses, and my hat, I look like a little kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
After a long game of flux and 3 hours on trains back to our apartment in Munich.
And now we're back at our Munich flat after a long but really fun day in Salzburg.
I'll be the same. Thanks for watching.